This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. 4 suspected St. James gang members arrested. 4 suspected members of the G66 gang were arrested in a major police operation conducted in St. Elizabeth and St. James. The police said the operation, which started yesterday, May 28, and ended today, was conducted by members of the Specialized Operations and the Lottery Scamming Task Force and the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch. The police said 3 of the men were arrested in Salt Springs, St. James, after identity information was found in their possession. Further investigations also led to the arrest of a 4th man in St. Elizabeth. The police said a Smith & Wesson revolver and an assortment of ammunition were also seized. The 4 men are being questioned with a view of preferring charges, the police said. Police sergeant found dead in Goshen, St. Elizabeth. The police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of one of their colleagues whose body was found in Goshen, St. Elizabeth, Saturday morning. The deceased has been identified as 51-year-old Sergeant Lincent Smith, who was attached to the St. Elizabeth Police Division. It's reported that about 11 o'clock, residents became suspicious after seeing a parked motorcar in bushes for an extended period. When they went to investigate, they found Sergeant Smith's body inside the car. Relatives and friends say they had not seen or heard from him since Thursday afternoon. 2 women among 6 arrested for ganja. 2 women were among 6 arrested when the narcotics police uncovered a major ganja growing operation in Spring Farm Boulevard, St. James on Thursday, May 27. The identities of those arrested are being withheld pending further investigation. The police said the 12-hour-long operation began about 2:30 p.m. as detectives reportedly executed a search warrant at the premises where potted ganja plants were discovered. The police said that during the search they found a hydroelectric greenhouse in the home. Approximately 40 vials containing hash oil, a byproduct of ganja, and a loose ganja was also discovered in buckets and bags. Approximately 450 pounds of ganja were seized, but the estimated value of the drug is still being determined, as investigators explained that byproducts of ganja such as hash oil tend to have a much higher street value than ganja in its raw state. Security forces find gun and ammunition in central Kingston. A Pietro Beretta 9mm pistol with 1 magazine containing 14 cartridges was seized during a pre-dawn operation conducted by members of the Specialized Operations, Kingston Central Police, and the Jamaica Defense Force on Eddie Lane in Kingston today. The police said that between the hours of 5 a.m. and 6 a.m., the team, armed with a warrant, searched a house on Eddie Lane, during which the firearm and ammunition were seized. No one was arrested in connection with the find. Truck driver urged to report to police following fatal crash in Portland. The Portland police are appealing to the driver of a truck who allegedly fled the scene of a fatal crash yesterday afternoon in St. Margaret's Bay to turn himself in. The incident claimed the life of 23-year-old motorcyclist Sanjay Davis, otherwise called Nico, a resident of the nearby district of Mount Pleasant. According to the police, shortly after 5 p.m. on Friday, Davis was heading east along the St. Margaret's Bay Main Road on his motorcycle when he was hit from his bike by the truck heading in the opposite direction. He was pronounced dead at the scene by a doctor. The driver of the truck reportedly fled. Marian Bell, who said she witnessed the incident, said she was standing at a nearby shop when the crash occurred. She said upon approaching a corner near the entrance to the Ken Jones Aerodrome, the driver of the truck switched to the right lane into the pathway of the motorcycle as it came around a blind corner, colliding in the bike. The identity of the driver is not yet known. The Portland police are investigating. Indicom probing 2 fatal shootings in Trelawney and Clarendon. The Independent Commission of Investigations says it is investigating 2 separate fatal shooting incidents by the police in Trelawney and Clarendon. In Trelawney on Sunday, May 23, 29-year-old Tyrone Powell of Cotton Tree District, Albertown, was fatally shot. The police said 5 officers were making inquiries regarding a man armed with a gun in the community about 5 p.m. It is alleged that Powell attacked the police with a machete, and 4 of the officers fired their weapons in response to that attack. Indicom said no firearm was recovered, but a machete was reportedly retrieved at the scene. Meanwhile, the commission said it is investigating reports that an off-duty police officer was involved in a fatal shooting incident of his younger brother following a family dispute in Clarendon on Monday, May 24. The deceased was identified as 29-year-old Alric Williams. The police reported that the off-duty police officer visited the Toronto Road home in an effort to remove his brother from the premises following a recent dispute with another relative. They said a tussle ensued between the brothers, where it is alleged that Williams used the iron pipe to hit his brother. During the fight, the officer reportedly fired his service pistol at his brother, fatally wounding him. The incident happened about 8 a.m. Indicom said an iron pipe was recovered from the incident scene. The commission said the concerned officer provided an initial account to investigators and is cooperating with the investigation. It noted that its forensic team, alongside officers from the Jamaica Constabulary Force's scenes of crime, processed the 2 incident scenes. All concerned officers were served Section 21 notices to furnish statements and attend the offices of Indicom to be interviewed this week, the commission said. Individuals with information regarding any of these 2 incidents are asked to contact Indicom's central office at 876-968-8875, 876-968-1932, or send information via WhatsApp at 876-553-5555 to assist in the ongoing investigations. Relatives of Hanover man set on fire at the Lucy lockup seeking justice. Angry relatives of 26-year-old Raymond Spence, otherwise called Rennie, the Hanover man who was reportedly tied up and his 2 feet set on fire by inmates at the Lucy lockup in Hanover during the month of April, is now seeking justice for the injured man, who is now having challenges meeting his medical expenses. The disgruntled relative said on April 6 the family was at home in Ox and Adds community when police officers from the Rabble police station came to the house and accused Spence of being involved in a case of sexual misconduct. They further stated that Spence was taken away by the police officers and later charged for the alleged offense. He was taken to the Rabble police station, but due to repairs being carried out on the cells, he was transferred to the Lucy lockup. The family also said while Spence was in jail, he was allegedly held by other inmates, tied up with a merino, and both his feet set on fire with the use of toilet paper and a cigarette lighter. The woman stated that Spence was barefooted and the lower sections of both feet were filled with large cuts and bruises. Spence got bail in the sum of $100,000, and the medical expenses are now costing their family a lot of money to provide treatment. He is to return to court on June 17, but at present he is unable to walk around effectively, and they are unable to follow up with medication, so they are now not sure what is going to happen. Man with a Jamaican accent wanted amid rape probe of teen girls in New York. A 41-year-old man who reportedly speaks with a Jamaican accent is wanted in connection with the rape of 3 13-year-old girls in Queens, New York, United States. The man, whose name is known, is alleged to have raped the 3 girls during separate sleepovers at his Springfield Gardens home in Queens between October of 2020 and May of this year. The alleged victims were friends of the man's daughter. Her age was not disclosed by the New York police. According to the New York Post, law enforcement sources informed them that one of the victims said that a now suspect gave her white pills that caused her to be incapacitated. The suspect, who is now on the run, reportedly speaks with a Jamaican accent, New York police said in a statement. Photographs of the suspect have been released by the police authorities in New York, who are appealing for information to locate him for questioning. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.